We're live and we're on time today. Isn't that amazing? Let me just, there we go. Just want to make sure I got the right view here, and we're good, excited, ready, popping. Hey, we're going to talk about lost leads today. This is Coach Manny, and this is live on selling and targeting those leads. We're sponsored by 90 Days to Your Success, how to get more done in 90 days than most people get done all year. Lost leads. Lost leads? Are you kidding me? Can that really be? Is there really such a thing as leads getting lost? I'd like to welcome you to the third in our series to help you get better leads and much better results with the leads you get. A couple of weeks ago, we started this series and we talked about that disconnect. You know, that disconnect out there between sales and marketing and how to fix it. I know many of you out there are working this, and I know some of you have had some good results since we talked a couple of weeks ago. The closer sales and marketing work, the better. And then last week, we discussed that delay, how that delay between lead generation and lead selling can slow the process and can cost you business. And how do we close that up? Again, working with some of you, I see success already, and I see you all doing tremendously well. Today, we're going to go into the third and final piece. What about those lost leads? And I'm not sure it's the final piece because we may look at another piece yet, but let's leave it there for now. Hey, I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm Coach Manny, and I help business owners to increase their sales. Find out what's holding you back. Why aren't you selling more? Why isn't your sales number a lot bigger? Find out what's holding you back from selling more. What is holding you back from growing? Why are you not getting more business? Now, there can be many reasons that that's going on. But once we find them, we can design a solution that works for you. And that solution really is based around, you got to know where you're going, you got to know how to get there, and you got to do it. You got to take that action and make it happen. An action-oriented program to take you to that success. Now, I do one thing to help you start down that road, and we like to get you involved in our 90 Days to Success process. So if you're struggling with generating business, let me get you on track. If your sales team's off, or if you're the salesperson and you're a little off, let's get you up to par. Or if you're ready to hire somebody to sell, let's make sure that you don't do what most people end up doing, is going through 2 or 3 of those before they decide they need some help. And that's nothing against you. It's you do what you do well, I do what I do well. And I've been doing this a long time, and I get better all the time. And I'll share a new book with you before we're done today that I was just reading, which is really tremendous. So the question of the day, lost leads. How can that be? We don't lose leads, do we? Hey, for all of you who are out there with me today, I want to thank you for joining me, and I want to thank you for joining the show today. I see some people out there. I see Sherry out there, Cheryl. Big shout out to you guys and to the rest of you out there. It's exciting to have you on the program today. And I hope you're watching our 1 to 2 minute daily thing out there because we're getting a lot of positive feedback on it. Share this with anyone you can who you feel might benefit. So today, for those of you who are just joining us, we're going to talk about lost leads This is the third in the series. And so let's get down to it. Let's start talking about what we can do about it. Let's start talking about how to close up this third in the series here. And if you do the three things that we talked about, you're going to find out your lead process and your sales process is working so much better. So let's talk about lost leads. First thing I always say is, what? Lost leads? Are you kidding me? That sounds like those missing socks that we always have to deal with, doesn't it? Like that don't really exist. You know, when I had 3 kids at home, and one time we had 2 laundry baskets full of those lost socks. Now, when I work with some organizations at times, there's that many leads that get lost. And in today's world of technology, that should never happen. And I hope you're not losing leads anyway. Any way you look at it, I hope you're not losing leads. I hope you have a system in place. And if you don't, I'm hoping that when we're done here today, you're going to have a system ready to put a system into place to stop it. I've seen so many times when people go to a show, and this is I used to be in the trade show industry. We used to have a very successful trade show labor company working all over the country. And so many times I saw people go to the show and they get leads. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2. I'm talking about stacks of leads. You know, you can go to a 3-day show, a major show, and you have a booth there, and you can walk away with 200-300 leads out of a show like that. That's why people invest in them. And yet, what happens? They get excited about what they got, but then those leads seem to get lost. And you see, in today's world of automation, there's just so many things that you can do. The worst thing that should happen to a lead today is perhaps it got into the wrong marketing campaign. Perhaps they're being sent some of the wrong data, but that can be corrected. But once you have a lead in your hand, man, you should never lose that lead. That should be like gold. To me, every lead that I get my hands on, whether it be a referral, whether it be generated by marketing, whether it be somebody just talking or telling me about a potential, whether I read it in a paper, whatever. When I get one of those, I work it until it becomes business or it goes into the regular process. But losing them, never. We should never do that. And again, let's talk about that trade show, because I know a lot of you out there go to shows, and I know a lot of times this is what happens. The trade show does so well, you get all these leads, yet the truth is only a few of them ever get worked. So you definitely need a better process to handle it. You know, let me tell you a little bit about Jane, who Jane was going to give me this lead to the person at XYZ company. And I was all excited, right? And what happened? She never gave me the lead. And so many times we don't follow up. We don't. You know, somebody says, I got a lead for you, but I don't have the information, but I'll get it to you. Well, you know, when somebody tells me that, what am I going to do? I'm going to call you tonight. I'm going to call you tomorrow. I'm going to bug you. And it's not really bug you, but you got something that could potentially do some business for me. I'm not going to let that go, am I? Of course not. Or I had this lead on my desk and I was getting ready to follow up, and then I got distracted because the phones ring, or my boss came in, or this happened, or that happened. And all of a sudden, I got so busy doing other stuff, I completely forgot about the lead. And if I went to your desk and I dug through there, I might find that and a few more. And you might be saying, I remember that. Or what about, he gave me the name, but I can't remember where I wrote it, right? I mean, you get a lead, and you write it into one of your notebooks, or you write it on a piece of paper, or you write it here somewhere. And then when it comes time that you need to work that lead, guess what? The lead's lost because you don't know where it went. Or you forgot to get back to them when you said you were going to. But why was that? Oh, you just forgot. These are all real life issues that are happening in sales teams throughout the country. And I know some of you might say, well, that'll never happen to me. It happens to everyone, no matter how good you think you are. And, I don't want to harp, but I want to bring some few more of these up just so you can see these are the things that you need to address in any lead process you have. It fell out of your pocket. I jammed the card in my pocket, or I jammed a piece of paper in my pocket. I know I had it. Where did it go? I know I wrote it down someplace, but I can't remember where. I can't remember the company, but I know it was a big company. Or even worse, the person comes in and says, and you say, look at them and say, you gave me a lead? Really? When was that? Well, about 3 weeks ago, the guy was ready to do some business. These are lost leads. Who are you talking about? I don't remember. So how do you handle making sure it doesn't happen to you? Well, I'm going to share some tips with you today. Just simple. In today's world of technology, it is so, I won't say easy, but if you follow what we teach you, you are going to be amazed. Now, I just want to take a moment to let our sponsor speak. 90 Days to Your Success. It's always what if, right? What if you could get things done faster, more consistently, and with greater results? What if you could make a huge dent in that long list of things that you know you want to get done? What if you could produce more consistent outcomes, build your business, your life and career, have more time for you, your family, and the things you love? Well, guess what? It's the end of 2018. It's time. It's time you started going for that, because you deserve it and you need to make it happen. And as I always tell people, you're only 90 days away from extraordinary results. Our new program, 90 Days to Your Success, is a tool that's full of video. It's full of learning pages. It walks you through the process, and then we do some live sessions to help you. And this helps you plan 30 years out, 20 years out, 10 years out, 5 years out, this year, and 90 days at a time. And then it takes you down to this week, and then it takes you down to every day. And this tool will make you so effective. Even those of us like me, I hate any kind of detail. I'm a high-level person. This tool will make it happen for you. Start thinking in 90 days at a time and watch what happens. I use this for my clients. I use this to help people. I use this for me. That's where it came from. It came from me working my own stuff originally, and then came from me working my clients. You need a copy of it. So get this website down. 90 days to your success.com. That's 90 days to your success.com. Or just go to coachmanny.com, click on 90 Days to Success, and get rolling. All right, let's get back to the issue today. Today's issue: how are we going to make sure we don't lose any leads? Well, first of all, as soon as you have a piece of information, whatever piece of information you have, it might be a company name, it might be the name of an individual. And if that's all you have, you don't have a phone number, you don't have a website, you don't have anything, I don't care. whatever you have, I want you to get your phone out and I want you to enter it into your CRM system. And if you can't get there from your phone, then you need to find a system that works on your phone, because I want you to get this information in there right away. And I want you to tag it. I want you to put a note in there. I want you to put something in there so you get notified. I want you to put it into your system, and I want you to be able to become aware of it in the future and say, oh, here's a lead. I remember that company. I need to get the rest of the information. Hey, here's a guy. I don't remember where he's from, but this is who I got it from. Put it into your system. Even if your system is nothing more than Evernote or Notes, put it in there. Now, when you get a card, a business card, immediately take a picture of it and load it up into your CRM. Now, I'm going to tell you, even if you, and I got to add this in, I didn't even have this in the article originally, even if you don't have a CRM, which we can talk about that in another time because I believe that's really critical you have that. But even if not, take a picture of it, because that way you'll have it. Take the picture. And if you're sitting in the office and you're sitting in front of the lead and it gives you the card, take a picture of it anyway and load it up. Because you know what? Say, just a minute, part of my process now is I got to take a picture because we were losing leads and we want to make sure we don't lose any of them. So I'm going to take a picture of it. He says, really? How's that work? Do you have a CRM? It opens the doors to the conversation. So take a picture of it, load it up into your system if your system does that. If it doesn't, and you're not in a financial position where you can't buy it, then get yourself a CRM that does that. You need to have that. It's easy. So, number 3, start measuring your leads. What I'm saying is, make lead process, just like prospecting, an important piece of your process as an individual, whether you're just a solopreneur or whether you're a company. How many leads did you get in last week? You need to count each and every one of them. How many of them did you get a hold of? How many appointments did you get? How many proposals did you put together? How many closed deals ended up? Where did they come from? You need to track all that. And that way, I know I got 10 leads in last week. Let's see where they're at. What happened to them? Well, I lost 4 of them. That's not acceptable, is it? I know it's not for me, and I know it's not for you. Make sure that every lead that comes in is accounted for. This is how you see what lead sources are working best for you. Isn't that part of the process? Making sure that the best lead sources are the ones you work. It's how you make a process work for you. The biggest problem is the leads get lost are usually the biggest potential leads. But they never will be, because sometimes you only get one chance, right? It's just like I started out when a person comes in and says, how'd you make out getting to that lead? And I say, oh, what lead? Oh, I forgot. Commit today. Commit today. I want each of you to commit to yourself today that you're never going to lose a lead again. And watch what happens to your business when you make that kind of commitment. 90 days to your success is a tool I want you to have. Leads is what I want you to never lose. So make sure this stuff, make sure that you remember, as soon as you have any information, get it in your system. Make sure you take a picture of every piece of course. If it's not a business card, if it's on a piece of paper, take a picture of it. Put it in your phone. And I want you to start measuring those leads and track every lead that comes in. Definitely is, what happened to it. And finally, 90 days to your success. Get out there, get started today. I use the program and I use it all the time. I use it with my clients and they're starting to really use it now. This is what you've been looking for. Get signed up today and let's get rolling. Hey, as always, it's so good to have you on the program. I really hope that you're catching our quick tip every morning. We try to get it in there usually around 8 o'clock, but it's up on Facebook all day so you can catch it. This stuff, we have so much learning stuff. It's all available out on our podcast. Get out there to Targeted Lead Generation. It's Targeted Lead Generation, and you can find it on our website, coachmanny.com. Hey, it's been great to be with you today. For those who don't know, I'm in the process now of waiting as my youngest daughter is ready. She's at the hospital. Her and her husband, they're getting ready. We're getting ready for a grandchild here, a new grandchild, and we're all excited. So as the day progresses, we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, it's Coach Manny. I'm excited. I hope you are. Get out there. Do the 3 things that we talked about over the last 3 weeks and get your lead process working. Thank you and have a great day.